What's going on, guys? This is Houston Sports Talk back in the video day. And today, the Houston Rockets have officially traded for Kevin Durant. We're going to be going over all the details of the Houston Rockets Kevin Durant trade. Now, yes, we've known for a while the Rockets are going to trade for Kevin Durant. It is now the 2-week anniversary since I can't believe I just said an anniversary, but it's 2 weeks from today since the day that Kevin Durant got traded to the Rockets, and we saw Game 7 in the NBA Finals. But we knew it was going to take 2 weeks. On that day, we knew it was going to take 2 weeks for this trade to be official. But on that day when the Rockets traded for Kevin Durant, and the Suns got Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks, and the 10th overall pick, we didn't know how big this deal would be. It is a record historic deal, a 17 trade with the Rockets and Suns, and then you've got a couple other teams involved in this deal. All right, let's go over the teams that are involved in this deal. Obviously, you know the Houston Rocket, Phoenix Sun details. So Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, Kaman Monluk, who was the 10th overall pick, Rasheer Flemings, who was the first pick in the second round. I think he has potential. Kobe Brea and Daquan Plowden and a second-round pick go to Phoenix. Now, here's what the Rockets get. Kevin Durant and Clint Capella. Clint Capella was signed to the Rockets on a sign-and-trade, so that now you know Atlanta is involved in this deal. But the crazy thing with Clint Capella is Clint Capella is involved in two of the biggest trades in NBA history. When the Rockets originally traded Capella to Atlanta, it was one of the biggest trades in NBA history that involved Robert Covington. It was like a 4 or 5 team trade that involved I think almost 20 players. It was a crazy deal, and so now Clint Capella involved in another crazy deal here. The players there's not as many players involved in this deal as there was in that Robert Covington deal in the 2019-20 season, but there are definitely more teams. There's never been a 7-team trade. Now Atlanta comes in, they get a second-round pick swap. They get David Roddy from the Rockets and cash. The Warriors get Alex Tui, who's a draft pick, and then Jemai Mashak. Atlanta, I talked about what Atlanta gets. LA comes in, it was a second round pick they got in this deal. They drafted a Dude Taro from Arkansas in the draft. And then Minnesota comes in, they draft Rocco Zakarski and 2 second round picks and cash for Minnesota. So it's not a huge deal. Look, I think there's the parts of this deal, you knew everything that was going on in this deal. A lot of the players that are involved in this deal are players that, that were just drafted. A lot of the players I just mentioned. Sure, you've got Durant and Capella and Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks and David Roddy who were involved in the deal, but the rest of the players I mentioned are players that were just drafted. But a bunch of second-round picks and cash involved in this deal. So, but these are the full details of the Kevin Durant trade. So Kevin Durant and Clint Capella are going to the Houston Rockets, but it's official now. Let me know your thoughts on the trade in the comment section, and peace out. Go Rockets.